Hi, everyone. It's time for Van Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 442, season 18. Today's date is June 8th, 2025, and welcome to the show. On today's program, I'm going to talk about National Doughnut Day that happened this past Friday. I'll talk about my memories of eating donuts, also a few places that are no longer exist that carry those wonderful desserts. And I will also talk about Renee Ferguson. She was an investigative reporter for Channel 5 on WMAQ TV in Chicago. I'll talk about my memories of watching her. She just passed away this week. Also, I'll read off a menu from a restaurant. It was called Binyon's. I think that's what it's called, Binyon's. It's Binyon, or Binyon. I don't know. I don't know how they pronounce it. And it's famous for their mock turtle soup, which I never had in my life. But according to most people, it was awesome back in the day. Okay. Before I get started, I will go into a commercial break. This program is brought to you by Max for Men hairdryer from Gillette. And I remember this very well. And here's a commercial from 1973. So we're going back to the swinging 70s, where the hair was very stylish back, in the old days like that. So just sit back and relax. We're going back to the 70s and listen to the commercial of Max for Men by Gillette. Thank you.
Excuse me, but you're going to need this. Gillette's new Max for Men.
I need that? Why?
It'll give you the natural look you're after.
But I'm in a hurry.
Exactly. Max for Men, the man's hairdryer, now has the power to dry hair really fast. And you know that funny cowlick?
I've always had it.
That brush helps smooth it down, and this comb helps add fullness. Well,
I need it.
Who doesn't? Max for Men, new from Gillette.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for, I forgot what it's called. Oh, that's good. It's for Max for Men. It's a hairdryer from Gillette. I remember this very well, but they had one for women. It was just Max. So it was like a comb. It was like a shape. The hairdryer was shaped like a comb, and they had attachments to make make your hair fuller and make it dry, like that. In the 70s, I started to use the portable hairdryer. The portable hairdryers came out like that, and I used it when I was in high school a lot because I had big, thick, black hair, and always made it nice. But sometimes it made it dry, so that's okay. So the only time that I would use it is when I go to get my hair cut, and I go to a salon or something. It's for men and women, and they use the hair dryer, but that's okay. That's fine. And I don't know how long this product lasts. Maybe a few years. But more came out, and they're still available, I believe. I haven't seen any, but yeah, you could still buy portable ones like that. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about National Doughnut Day and plus Renee Ferguson. She was a investigative reporter for Channel 5 in Chicago. And also I read off a menu from Binyon's restaurant. Before I get started, I have a couple things to say. Tomorrow I have chemotherapy. That's my third one. We'll see what happens. I am in no pain. I was before, I took the first chemo, not the first session, the first one. That was a different drug. I'm on the second drug now because the first one didn't work. But I had some pains in my back, but now I don't feel anything. So hopefully it's working. I hope so. I don't know. It depends on the PSA if it's falling. I have no idea. So tomorrow, I always do this when I go to chemo. I get there, they take some blood, Then I get the results of the blood. I get the PSA later. And then I go see my oncologist and we talk. He gives me a progress report. How's it going? Last time he told me it was a little positive. Well, we'll see. And then once I'm done with him, I go in to another room and I get started with chemo. They put the saline first, and then I take a couple pills, for nausea, and then they administered the chemo. So I also take injections for my white blood count. I get that every time I get chemo. So this is my third round of that. I have to inject myself for 4 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, 5 days, and that's it. That's for the white, so I don't lose the white blood count. Because it prevents infection. So that's good. Okay. So I don't like doing that, but they demonstrated it for me, and I did it. Okay. So we'll see what happens. Yesterday I went out to lunch with a friend of mine. We had a good time, and I posted pictures yesterday. I ran into a couple. They were sitting at the bar, and I came out of the bathroom, and I was on the way, and they say, "Fan of Chicagoland." I shook their hands and I said, "Thank you." That was nice. I get recognized now. That doesn't bother me. That's okay. They love what I do. And I love posting stuff like that. That makes me happy. Okay. All right. Right now, I'm going to talk about National Doughnut Day. I posted a picture of Winchell's Doughnut House. That's what it was called. They're still around. They're in California. It was owned by a man named Vern Winchell, and it opened in October 8th, 1948. That was a long time ago. It's mostly on the western states. They used to be all around, but I don't know what happened. They just they were I don't know. They didn't do very well like that. There were a lot in Chicago. The one that was near my house, that was on 93rd and Cicero in Oak Lawn. And I went there maybe a couple of times. Their donuts were good. They really were. I remember them very well. And that was like during the 70s, and I posted a picture. There was one on North Clark Street, probably in the Lakeview neighborhood on the north side of Chicago. So that was kind of cool like that. Other donut places, it was called Amy Jo Donuts. I think they're still in Ohio and Cleveland, but they used to be, the only one I remember that was on Marquette Road and South Pulaski Road in the West Lawn neighborhood. Right now it's Huck Finn Donuts, and it's still there. I go to one in Oak Lawn for lunch sometimes. It's a great place. The donuts are awesome. But a lot of people remember Amy Jo. And there was one and there's a picture, one located in Niles, Illinois, like that. I wish there was one on the south side. That'd be cool to see. Still looking like that. There was also another place called Bossa Donuts. And I think, according to somebody, he said that when Winchell's was sold or closed, Bossa took over. And I remember Bossa. A lot of people didn't remember it, but I think they're still in Arizona. I believe they are, but I don't know, like that. My favorite donuts when I was growing up, I always said this. It's when I lived in the Roseland neighborhood in the 70s. I lived near Gately's People's Store. It was a department store. It was located on the corner of East 112th Street and South Michigan Avenue in the Roseland neighborhood. And downstairs, on the lower level, they had a donut shop. And they had a donut machine there where you actually watch how they make the donuts. And that is cool. And it's really cool. So you see them, they drop the dough and they put it in the oil, and then it comes out and they're all on a conveyor belt. And they put, glazed toppings, sprinkles, frosting. Oh, it was so good. And they come out hot and fresh. And me and my brothers and my mom, we watched it. That was cool. I loved it. And she treated us, to eat like that. I wish they put that machine in the museum, but no, they just removed it. As for Gately's, it caught fire in 2019, I believe. I remember one time Channel 32 called me at 6 o'clock in the morning to ask me, we need your permission to run, your pictures of that. I said, sure, that's okay. It woke up the whole house. People in my family were not happy. So that's okay. And they mentioned my name, so that was cool, like that. And so that was my favorite donuts. Right now, I can eat very seldom because of the sugar. I got to be very careful, but I love them. I could eat them every day, but it's not wise. You got to be careful because they're wonderful. Who doesn't love donuts? Okay. Next I'm going to talk about Renee Ferguson. She died on June 6th, I believe. She made history. She became the first Black woman to work as an investigative reporter in Chicago TV news. And she passed away on June 6th at the age of 75. And she was born August 22nd, 1949 in Oklahoma. Graduated a bachelor's degree in journalism from Indiana University in Bloomington in 1971. And she started her career on Channel 2 in Chicago in 1977. She was a reporter. I don't remember her, being a reporter. And she stayed there for about 6 years. Then she left Channel 2, and then she became a network correspondent for CBS News in Atlanta. But she only stayed there about 4 years, and then she returned to Chicago in 1987, and NBC Channel 5 and WMAQ hired her, and she stayed there until 2008. Yeah, so that's great. And I watched her all the time. She was wonderful. She spoke very clearly, and she seems very sweet person, and she did her job very well. And she was a great storyteller. A lot of people say I'm a great storyteller, but I disagree. I don't know about that. And let's see. And then she just, I don't know what she did after that. She just probably, maybe she did charity work or, relaxed like that. So then her husband died in 2018, and then she's survived by her son. So, when I found out the news when she passed away, when I found out the news she passed away, and I posted it, and the response time was from my social media accounts was astounding. The people remembered her. They remember she was a lovely lady. She did her job very well. The most interesting thing about this is I posted it on TikTok, and they're still talking about her, and that was from Thursday, I think. And was it Thursday or Friday? Yeah, that it's amazing, because they all remember her. They grew up watching her, and they remember her very well. So that's pretty nice. And my condolences to the family. She was a wonderful lady. She really was. Okay. Right now, I'm going to take a break. And when I come back, I'm going to read a menu from Binyon's restaurant. I'll talk about a little history about that. Not too much. I didn't find much of that. So this will be fun. Okay? So let's just sit back and relax, and I'll be right back, folks. Thank you. Okay, everyone, I am back. Right now, I'm going to talk about Binyon's restaurant. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Binyon's. I'll do what I can. If I made a mistake, please comment, and I'll get it right. Okay. According to obituary by the owner, his name was Hal Bud Binyon. He died on where he died? In the year 2000. He died October 13th. And he opened Binyon's in 1941, and that was located at 327 South Plymouth Court. And the family ran it until 1987. You know, and so that was it was a very unique place. The food was very good. Let's see. So let's see if I can find some more. Some more information. I don't find anything, but this restaurant was famous for their mock turtle soup. That's what I've heard. Anyway, so right now the place is called the Plymouth Restaurant. It's called the Plymouth Grill, I believe, like that. They just closed. They had a rooftop. They had a rooftop over there, and so they're going to reopen and it's called Pancho's Rooftop Cantina, like that. That's what it's called now. So if you're in the Loop, if you drive by it, you would recognize the building, the sign like that, which is kind of nice, like that. And so let's see. So right now I'm going to read a menu from that place, and this should be a lot of fun. So I'm going to bring it up right now. Okay. First, I'm going to start with the drinks that they had. Of course, a bar. Here we go. Of course, they had. They had cocktails. Martini Manhattan, Old Fashioned Whiskey Sour, Daiquiri, Tom Collins, you name it. A sidecar. I don't know if they still make that. Probably. Gin and tonics, gimlets, grasshopper, stuff like that. Bourbon. They had also straight bourbon and rye. Also scotch. They had that. Beer. This is the beer they had. They had Laurenborough, light and dark. Valentine's Ale. Labatt's Ale, imported. Budweiser, Miller High Life, Schlitz, Guinness Stout, and Heineken. No Meisterbrow? Disappointed. Wines they had, sherry, port, imported wines, like that. Sparkling wines, they had brandies, they had that as well. Cordials, so that's kind of nice. Okay. Right now we go to their lunch menu, and this is what they had. They had a weekly luncheon special, so I'm going to read off that. So Monday was corned beef and cabbage, boiled potato. Tuesday was braised ox joints, jardiniere. I don't know what that is. I always want to try oxtail soup. According to my mom, it's very good, but the meat is tough, but it's delicious. Wednesday, they had American pot roast with potato pancakes and a vegetable. Thursday, they had boiled brisket of beef with bouillon potatoes with horseradish sauce. Friday, they had French fried shrimp and lobster tail. Saturday, they had baked sugar cure ham with raisin sauce. Okay. I don't like raisins. Not a fan of that. According to the luncheon was served from 11:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay. And they had a chef's special luncheon for today was soup du jour, chop suey with rice, or boiled spare ribs and sauerkraut with boiled potato and rolled in butter. Okay, here's the soup. Old-fashioned lentil soup. I don't like lentil. In Greek, it's fakes. I'm the only one in the family don't eat it. Sorry. Chicken noodle soup, turtle soup. That's what I mean. The turtle soup. The people love turtle soup. I have never tried turtle soup. I'll try it, if I see it on the menu. Then they had oyster stew with half and half. I don't know how that's served. Other fish they had half a dozen fried oysters with tartar sauce, cold smoked baby whitefish with coleslaw, French fried filet of sole with tartar sauce, Colorado brook trout, almondine, steamed finnan haddock with butter sauce, broiled lobster tail with coleslaw, fresh caught lake perch. These were served with coleslaw or tartar sauce, broiled whitefish, maitre d' hotel, grilled pike with butter sauce, fried Long Island scallops, and French fried shrimp. Okay. Entrees ready to serve. They had boiled corned beef and cabbage, sauteed cube sirloin steak with mushroom sauce. I can't read that. Brett goulash with buttered noodles. Smoked Thuringer with, I think that's what it is. It's Thueringer with hot potato salad. Chopped round steak with fried onions. Breaded veal kidney on toast with bacon. Pork shank with sauerkraut. Ham or bacon and eggs. Canadian bacon and eggs. And knockwurst with sauerkraut on potato salad. Ooh. You probably need Tums after that. The category under old favorites, chef's salad bowl with lettuce, tomatoes, sliced egg, julienne or Swiss cheese, ham, chicken, and shrimp. Potato pancakes with served with applesauce. Assorted cold cuts with potato salad. Cold roast beef, potato salad. Shrimp salad, salmon salad. Imported sardines with sliced tomatoes and potato salad. Chicken salad and tuna fish salad. Okay. Sandwiches, they had club sandwiches. Chicken salad, shrimp salad, Swiss cheese, sirloin butt steak sandwich, grilled onions, French fried potatoes, summer sausage, salami, ham, chicken, cold corned beef, liver sausage, and BLT. Okay. Right now we'll go for dinner. Probably most about the same. So let me see if there's something different. Yeah, here we go. Dinners for tonight was baked shrimp Beyonds, chopped chicken liver, a shrimp cocktail, marinated herring, your choice of juices, grapefruit or tomato, or soup du jour. Okay, everything was a la carte. So I'm not going to repeat what it says here. So they had beef goulash. Let's see. Sauteed calf's liver with onions or bacon. So the items I read at lunch are also included in the dinner menu. Excuse me. Calf sweetbread sauté under bell. Oh, I've heard about this. Oh my. Broiled or fried spring chicken. With buttered beets or creamed spinach, lyonnaise or mashed potatoes, or have a chef's salad. Okay. They had dessert. They had ice cream or pie or cake and rice pudding. I love rice pudding. Okay, steaks. They had broiled prime sirloin butt steak, special sirloin steak. They had that filet mignon, sirloin steak for two, and came with potatoes du jour or mixed green salad. They had choice double lamb chops with the same side orders. Broiled pork chops with applesauce, breaded veal cutlet with tomato sauce, and chopped sirloin steak with onions and mushroom sauce. Their specialties was hickory smoked barbecue ribs, Caesar salad bowl, imported English Dover sole. Let's see. Shrimps Dijon. I can't pronounce that. It's Jonghe. I got to find that out someday. French fried shrimp, broiled African lobster tail, chef's salad bowl, assorted cold cuts, fresh or smoked Thuringer. It's probably a fish or something like that. I'm not sure. Ham and eggs or bacon or eggs, if you like that. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Appetizers. Yeah, we should have went to the appetizers first. So they half a dozen Blue Points. I'm not sure what that is. Tomato juice, marinated herring, chopped chicken livers, anchovy canapé, shrimp cocktail, imported sardines, and oysters Rockefeller. They had turtle soup, chicken noodle soup, soup du jour, whatever soup they had for that day, particular day, that is. Salads, they had chicken salad, shrimp salad, Kentucky limestone lettuce. You have a combination, either lettuce or tomato, or Mexican slaw, or a special salad made for you, for two. Roquefort dressing, they always charge extra, 25 cents. Vegetables on the side, they had sweet corn, new peas or string beans, stewed tomatoes, French fried onions, cauliflower or broccoli hollandaise. Potatoes, they had mashed or boiled, a gratin, American or French fried, cottage fried, O'Brien and Shoestring. Here we go. We got the desserts. They had melon, half a grapefruit, fresh strawberry shortcake, apple pie, rice pudding, cheesecake, ice cream parfait, ice cream or sherbet, cheese, or an imported brie cheese from France. And the beverages, they had coffee, tea, or iced coffee, milk or buttermilk. Yeah, that was fun. So I found the date of this menu, and that is Monday, September 24th, 1956. So this is from the 50s. Okay, I'm glad. That was fun. Yeah, that was fun talking. Anyway, so I just read the menu. I wish I went to this place because it sounded fascinating. It sounded delicious. So that's a shame. Okay. Before I sign off, I just want to mention one more thing. I was interviewed by some people. They're from the Social Health Network. It's just a company. They're on Facebook and all that. And they interviewed me about my journey with my prostate cancer. And I had an hour-long video. And I talked about from the beginning to the present of when I got this, how I dealt with it, everything, the whole 9 yards. It was rough, but I managed to finish it. And it was very therapeutic, and they seemed to enjoy it. And that will be published soon. Also, I did an online course for patient leadership. I think that's what it's called, Leader. It was a certificate. I got that, so that was nice. That was fun, like that. So we'll see. Also, I get paid for this. That's the beauty of that. So that's nice. It's nice to talk about that. Okay. That's all for today. I'll do a recap of what I talk about. I talk about National Doughnut Day. That happened on June 6, 2025. I talk about my favorite memories of donuts in the past. Also, I talk about investigative reporter Renee Ferguson. I talked about my memories of watching her. And I read a menu from my 1956 menu. The menu is from 1956 from Binyon's restaurant that was located at 327 South Plymouth Court in the Chicago Loop. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, Overcast, also Good Pods, Podbean. If you have these apps on your phone or your tablet, or maybe if you're online, with your desktop, check them out. You can click follow. You will receive notifications of the latest episodes. All the rest of the episodes are there for you to listen if you'd like. Also be published on my blog, www.vanchicagoan.blog. All the episodes will be listed there. Also, and I believe you receive a notification of the latest episode if you sign in if you put in your email address, receive a notification. Also be on my YouTube channel. And again, people ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? You find it on YouTube. It's the easiest way. People still ask me, and I sometimes I put the link in their comments on my account, and they follow. So if you click subscribe, it doesn't cost anything. You receive a notification of the latest episode. All the previous episodes are there. You can listen anytime, any place on your devices. If you have CarPlay, you can listen in your car, or if you have Spotify for streaming on your TV, you can listen as well. Also YouTube. Also be sure to my social media accounts: Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. I'm getting a lot of response from TikTok. I'm not much of a TikTok person, but a lot of people are there, and they love to hear the podcast or look at my posts. They enjoy that. Okay, so this is Pico Stas I'm your host of Van Chicago Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today's going to be a beautiful day. I have plans. I'm going to a party, graduation party. That is. It's going to be nice. I will probably do another podcast episode Tuesday. We will see. I'm sure I will. I want to correct something. I was going to do one Saturday, but not Sunday. I said that on the last podcast episode, but I went out to lunch yesterday, so I didn't have time. So I did one today. Capiche? If everyone understands. All right. So again, everyone have a great day. And here's Ray Rayner, the most famous Chicago legend and wonderful man, with a little traveling music saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.